Hey you guys, welcome to the Urban Homesteaders. I'm Holly and today we are going to be touring the coop of the Julias. That's right, so the Julias have moved in, and before we get into the inside, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've done with this coop and the difference between this one and the green one. There are plenty of differences actually, but first I just want to say how cute is this thing? So obviously this was a playhouse at one point. It belonged to some friends of ours, their daughter who outgrew it and didn't spend much time in here anymore, so they wanted to get it out of their yard, and I was happy to purchase it from them. So here we are on this adorable little playhouse that has now become the coop of the Julias. And probably some extras that are going to be moving over here. I think I'm going to move the big Orpingtons over here. They're super docile. They're bigger girls. There's more room in here. It just kind of makes more sense to do it that way. But first, some of the things that I want to talk about here is, so the windows have been fixed with hardware cloth so that these are secure. Remember the bears, it's always an issue. So I had to put this on here. Now this adorable little playhouse came with some flower boxes, so I could not resist by filling them up with some yellow flowers. And the reason I chose yellow is because I'm really wondering, should I paint this coop to kind of have a go at the aesthetic of the other coop, and it also kind of ties them together, and it, you know, segregates them from the other outbuildings. I kind of wanted to have this little cute little chicken yard vibe back here, so I'm wondering if I should paint this coop. And when I say that, that does not sound like a good time to me, and I'm not doing it this year. If I do decide to do it, it's not happening this year. I got to just enjoy the summer. That's my plan. So I chose the yellow flowers because I'm kind of thinking that that's the color I would choose to do it, with some white trim, and gosh, I just think it would be really, really cute. What do you guys think? Should I do yellow? Should I leave it? Should I pick a different color? I don't know. Please help me out. Let me know in the comments. So let's talk about what else we had to do to make this accommodate chickens. First thing that we had to do was we had to flip the door. So this door, when you walked in, the door went in, and I didn't want that because, as you know, I use sand in my chicken coops, and when I opened the door, I did not want the door to have to push that sand out. So we had to flip the door. So that was project number one. So that happened. There they are. And then of course we put a lip on the bottom, and that's to help keep the sand in there. So, okay, I need to shut this, otherwise they're gonna come out. But we're gonna move our way in, and I'm gonna show you guys around on the inside because there's some really cool stuff in there. So let's go. All right, so here's what it would look like as you're walking into the new coop. And I'm leaving the door open because the lighting in here is just a little dark, and I'm going to put some solar lights in here. So first thing that you're going to see is this looks like a dresser. This is actually an old cabinet that was purchased from our area restore, and I'm calling it a brewer box. So we took the panels off of the doors and put some stick down tile on the inside. So if I ever get babies again, I won't have to have them in my garage, and I can put them out here where they can be seen but not hurt or touched by the other chickens. So they each have their little, I mean, this whole cabinet can be opened up, and it's gosh, it's just going to be really nice to be able to have that. Or if I have maybe an injured chicken who needs a little time out, needs to be away from the others, this would be a great space for them to be in there as well. So that's that. And then on the top, you can see that there's a 2x4 up there. That's actually the roosting bar. And once I get in there, I'm going to show you guys a little something that I think is a little bit of a game changer. Off to the right is where I'm going to have the nesting boxes. So these are just milk crates. I have them actually flipped closed right now. What the beauty of this is, I can take these out and I can clean them if I need to. I can close them off. Sometimes we get broody hens. This prevents them from getting in there and just sitting in there all day. I may have to put like a slanted roof on there because they might just end up sitting up on top of them, but we'll see. But right now, this is just kind of a temporary thing, but this is where they're going to be laying their eggs. That's going to be cool. I can easily flip those around so that they're open. There's that little lip on the bottom so that no eggs can roll out. Anyway, that's kind of exciting. Another thing that's cool about this is that these are on the inside. This whole coop has been insulated, so it didn't come with insulation, so Pat and I worked on that together and got it insulated. So in theory, any eggs that are laid inside in here will not freeze. And that is an issue with the green coop because you guys got to remember, I'm not here all day. I can't check eggs 3 times a day. And so sometimes they freeze. But then over here, this is their little ramp to get up onto their roosting bar. And I'm going to show you a little something that I think is pretty cool. Pat actually did this per my request. I'll set this down. Up here, I have this on a hinge so that I can move this nesting bar, and I'm going to try to probably clip it up here if I want to, so I can come in here and clean. If I need to do more of a deeper clean, that'll be kind of fun to have. So really, you come in, they hop on that little brick, and then they walk up there, and obviously there's some droppings on that board, so they have been using it, and they're sleeping up there every night, and here's proof. Here's some proof that they've been there. So I'm going to show you guys a little cool thing about this nesting bar, or roosting bar. Just a second here. I should also show you this. This coop has artwork. Are you kidding me? How amazing is that? My friend Nancy painted that for me, and it was hanging in the green coop, but it didn't have a great wall. Well, this coop is a different story. So there it sits. My favorite painting. Thank you, Nancy, for that. And then underneath the brooding box, this just gives them more room. This is where the door is for them to come in and out. I have it closed right now because the Julias are gonna come in here. I want to check out what's happening, so they're being kind of nosy. But that's where they come in and out, and I can show you the outside here in just a second. First, I'm going to show you how cool this roosting bar is, and this is just me being a super excited chicken mom. Okay, there's not much room to move around in here, but I'm going to do the best that I can to show you how cool this inside is. So this coop is actually just a 6x6 little building. So you have to kind of get a little creative when you're starting with a blank slate. But it's also kind of cool that you can do whatever you want. So this is the system that I wanted for me. Everybody can have their own way of doing things. This is what I wanted to do. So this is a roosting bar that can be removed and cleaned if necessary. Now I haven't had to clean it because they're just resting their feet on here and they're pooping off the back side of it. So far it's been wonderful. I'm going to show you a little trick. So I just push this out, and I set it back here, and then in here I keep this. I think this is for drywall. This is a tool I picked up for 50 cents at a local antique store. They have buckets of things like this, and so I also just wanted to remind everybody, you don't have to buy everything brand new. You can get creative. The milk crates were fairly inexpensive. This was 50 cents. This I paid, I think, 70 bucks for, and then I ended up destroying it, but it had the right dimensions, it had the right features that I needed, and I couldn't let it go. But also, I bought it at a restore, so that's kind of cool too. The bricks we had, the sand was free, the scrap wood, this is a piece of scrap 2x4, all these things, so it wasn't terribly expensive. The coop itself was the most expensive part of this whole thing. So this is how I do this. I clean every morning. I left it for you guys today, but just wanted to show you. So I use this tool just to scrape the droppings, which means, the droppings are landing here. The majority of the droppings are up here, which means that I hardly ever have to clean much out of the sand on the bottom, because this is where they're spending their evenings here. This is where they're having their sleep time. And then during the day, they're outside. So they're just really not in here. The food and water has been moved outside. That's where it should be. It should not be left in the coop. This building is used for sleeping and laying eggs. So that's all there is to it. And then basically I just scrape this all into a pile. I've got a bucket that I scrape it into. I really need a square bucket. That'd be better. But this is the one that I use for the other coop as well. So that's it, you guys. And then this gets stored here. The roosting bar gets put back. That's it. Now it's ready for them to come to bed. So, wow, that's it. It's such a small little space. We have put a lot of time and effort into this. I'll show you quickly just around the corner just to show you what the outside the run area looks like. There's still some finishing touches that we have to do out there, but I was really excited to get you in here. And they seem to love it. They're in here quite a bit, actually. I wish that they would spend a little bit more time outside. They're still a little skittish. I'm trying to warm up to them. Today I just fed them some watermelon rinds, so that helps. Every chicken loves some treats every now and again, so I'm working on it. We're gonna try to get them to be a little less skittish and a little more chill, if you will. But anyway, that's it for the coop, the inside of the Julia's house. I'll keep you guys updated when I move the bigger girls over here. I'm not going to be doing that until they're off of their starter chicken, like chick grower and starter feed. So they're on special feed. The other girls are on adult layer feed. I don't want to incorporate them together at this time because of that. So when they can move on to the adult food, that's when I'm going to move the girls over here. It'll be a few more weeks yet, but not long. Next thing you know, they're going to be laying some eggs, so that'll be great. Anyway, let's go outside. Okay, so here you can see the entrance into the run area, and I have this beautiful door that Pat and his friend and his friend's dad built. They just seriously knocked this out in like an afternoon. It was crazy how quickly this thing came together, and this was an idea from Pinterest, which gets me in trouble. And this run area ended up being way bigger than I thought it was going to be. It is gorgeous, and I am so happy with it. They did a really, really great job, and considering it was just done in an afternoon, it's kind of crazy. Pat and I did put up that wiring, the fencing to keep the chickens in, obviously, but the structure itself was built in an afternoon. So that's pretty cool. The door is beautiful, and I love that. A little bit about the door is that it's built up a little bit higher than in the other coop, and that was simply a thought just because of snow and ice removal. It just kind of gives me a little bit of extra that I don't have to worry so much about, versus the green coop. I really have to make sure that that stays clear so that the door can open, whereas this one I can just pretty much come and go. And my tracks are pretty much going to knock down that snow all the time anyway, so a little bit easier to handle that way. And of course, we've got double locks. I'll show you that. Everything that we do around here has double locks on it because of these bears that we have. But anyway, you can see that the girls are in here, and they're probably wondering what I'm doing in here. Right now, we just have the food and water just temporarily in here as they are, just because I got to figure this out. I don't know. I want to hang the feeder, but I got to find out where, and I've been kind of watching where the sun is hitting in regards to the food and water, just because like if the water gets hit by a lot of sunshine, that means that algae is going to probably grow a lot faster, and that's just one more thing I'd have to deal with. So where it is right now, other than hooked up to a sawhorse temporarily, but I think the placement, I'm going to hang it there because that seems to be shaded the most of the day. So that's kind of cool. And as for the feeder, I don't know, I'll just pick a beam and hang it up. But then you can see right over here is their automatic chicken door. I have them locked out of the coop right now because I was in there filming, and they get so nosy and they just got to come in there and check everything out all the time. So I booted them out and made them play outside, kind of like parents do with their kids. But they're doing pretty good. They're, just trying to figure everything out. I think they do want to come outside. I have not let them free range yet. I don't know what my hang up is. I think I'm a little nervous to get them mixed in with the big girls, and I just want to make sure that I'm around and able to contain them, and I'm just still not quite there yet. I think first, though, what I want to do is get those 3 big girls moved over here so that they can get to know each other, and then I feel like these 4 will have a little bit more companionship with the other flock. So it's a process, man. You got to think about all those things and how they're going to get together and play. But I fed them a little bit of watermelon rinds, and they've been picking away at that, so it's kind of fun to give them some treats. But I do see them out here. They're picking at, scratching at bugs and just doing all the things that chickens do, and they seem to be doing just fine. So I think what I'm going to do now is kind of wrap it up, you guys. Just wanted to show you what has transpired around here, and it has been amazing. It came up quickly, and gosh, I just absolutely love this space. Next on the docket for us is to create an outdoor play area so that they can be fenced in, but not inside these runs, so they can be like in an uncovered play area. So more to come on that. We're trying to work those plans out right now, and then that'll help save my gardens, because they have been finding their way into my gardens, And there's some other reasons too, but it's just more of a safety thing, and we want to make sure that everyone's happy around here. So soon to be happening is a play yard area, which would be super cool. I have a feeling I'm going to end up spending a lot of time out here just chilling out with them. But that's it for now, you guys. Make sure that you like and share and subscribe. Tell your chicken friends, tell your gardener friends, all those folks that this channel exists, and we will see you next time.